form actually.
In
So
top form, yeah.
yeah, very pleased with myself.
Amazing.
Thank you. I can't believe I've lost actually 12 pounds today
Oh, wow.
and 21 inches off my body.
Good for you. Good for you.
Excellent, isn't it? Good old yoga. Loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Good.
So, should we go live?
Oh, I already did.
Oh, you already did.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought you said, "Are we ready to go?" So I just clicked it. So I thought you said you were ready.
I am live now. I'm going to eat my dinner. I know it's a bit late for dinner, but I've been busy gardening.
Well, I've got somebody coming over to pick up a camper, so I may have to duck out for a little while. But
Cool.
we'll see. I'm not sure what time they're going to get here for sure. For sure.
Yeah, no, you never know with these people, do you? Is it someone you know or somebody that's...
Yeah, it's someone we know. So
All right, okay.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not like a random. Hi, you lovelies, coming on. Say hi. Let us know who's here. I've had lots of messages on Facebook today, a bit confused as to what time we're going on, etc.
Right.
So
Right.
I put a video up. Oh, we've got 5 on. Say hi, guys. Hey, Sandy, how you doing, sweetheart? Oh, we've lost one already. Maybe the internet. So
Could be.
I'm on a different router tonight
Are ya?
because I did a test and actually it's the fastest one. Hi, Leanne, sweetheart. How are you doing? Hello. Hi, Chris. Chris is saying hi to you as well. So
Hello,
is
hello, hello, everyone.
Leanne.
Arla's got her mug. That's good. Judy, Deborah, Carol, Brenda.
Lovely.
Hello, hello, hello. Is he here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Joe was on with Seeker. Oh, how lovely for you. Hi, Kathy.
And
Sandy is
Jackie.
doing great.
And Lori from sunny Rocky View County, Alberta, Canada. She likes to put that. That's really cool. I like that. Make sure you
I
know where
know.
she is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it when they go
Yeah.
Beverly upstate New York. She always puts on. Hey, Beverly, I just mentioned you, and she's literally just put, "Hello, everyone. It's Beverly, upstate New York."
Upstate New
As if,
York.
as if on cue. How funny.
Yeah. What are you eating?
I am eating. I'm eating. It's a hot curry.
Oh, because it looked like a
Um,
curry. Yeah, I love that. Man, that's so good.
and I've got loads of turmeric in it, garam masala, and the very hot chili powder, which I didn't really pay attention, and I put 2 giant heaped teaspoons of it in, so it's even quite hot for me. And it's got spinach, lentils. I've actually got some pearl barley in this as well because I just haven't had it for years, and I love it.
Yeah.
And I do have some um, meat, not non-meat meat made of soy. So I've got this, and it's something I made last week, and I put in the freezer.
Like a tofu kind of thing, or tempeh, or a different kind of
Yeah,
soy
yeah, it's a kind
mixture.
of like yeah, it's a kind of a meat imitation product which is made of soya.
Okay,
That I really
gotcha.
like. Um, and so I just made a great big wok of it up. So I thought
Enjoy that on
I would
fasting day.
actually just defrost it and eat it myself. Then I wouldn't have to cook tonight, so I could get a yoga practice in.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay, I'm gonna have to step out for just a second. My fellow that's picking up a camper just got here. I just need to make sure everything's okay, and I'll be back. Okay, won't take long.
All right, sweetheart. Okay, no worries. Hi, Beverly. We missed you too, babes. I know you said you were going to come on today, and you've been doing really good with eating. So that's like a high five for you. I know my garden is looking fabulous. Tonight we put the bird net up, so it means I can plant with a vengeance now because I couldn't before. Because I've got this pair of pigeons that have been in my garden for years. They're monogamous pigeons, they mate for life. And they're busily on the top of Wink's shed watching what's going on. And I know that they've been pecking off the shoots on a climber, so I know they'll just be digging them up straight away. So that's Not going to happen in my garden. I've only got a very small area, so I want all the crop for me. I don't want to lose it to the birds. Last year I lost all my red currants and all my gooseberries. I didn't have one to the birds. They literally went in a day. On Listia. That's Chris. Can't wait to see. I know. I'm going to keep abreast of what's going on and give Wink strict instructions to harvest things.
Back. I'm back. That was quick.
We were talking about gardening and my garden that I've been doing and the vegetables I'm growing, and they were complimenting me on that. Beverly has got her seedlings all planted.
Excellent.
And they're popping up. Hi, Elena, sweetheart. Hi, Anne. Beverly says, I feel like a cheater because I haven't been on, but I've been plant-based, whole food, vegan, and fasting. Yes!
Yay! The fellow that just picked up Sean's old camper, he and his wife have both just started working on making the transition. He just went immediately vegan, and he's already dropped 6 or 7 pounds in the last week. Of course, a lot of that's water and stuff in the first week when you do that. His wife is Asian and likes a lot of Asian meals, and so she's having a little bit more difficulty with making the transition, apparently. I'm not sure why. It shouldn't be a big deal, but apparently
loads of vegetarians and vegans
but she likes her meat. So anyway, so they're working on it. Anyway, we just try to spread the message that there's a different way if you want to look at it, without them, thinking that you're too weird. And that you can be healthier, and some people listen, some don't. But if you help a few people along the way, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I do, absolutely. Hi, Rita. Hi, Joe, sweetheart. Hi, Barbara. Barbara's saying hi to us both. Did I cook anything from the cookbook yet? I don't think so, Elena. Not yet. I haven't cooked anything from that yet. But I will be. Actually, quite a lot of you have sent me recipes like this year. So this is Broken Fridge era and up to now. And some of the recipes, they all look absolutely lovely. But some of you actually said, why don't you make this, Sue, and do a video for us? So the issue with that is I have a gazillion messages. And I can't remember who sent what. So if you have found a recipe that you think sounds good, it's plant-based vegan, I keep saying that, and it's plant-based, and you want me to cook it and put it up on my channel so that you can follow along or whatever, if it's a recipe you haven't tried yet and you're not sure whether you can do it, please will you send me a messenger. And I will get all these together because I am full on in cooking mode now. Woohoo! Just put that out there. Beverly is saying she's trying to turn as many, in capital letters, people vegan as possible. Not much luck. Let them watch your results, babe. Let them watch your results. They'll come. If you build it, they will come, as Kevin Costner said. Beverly's commenting on your cellulitis foot video and saying it was a poor patient. And Elena is saying, Dr. G, I found, and she's all in capitals, I found cheese that you would even like. It's super good. It's chow and comes in slices.
Cool.
There you go. Hi, Wonder Woman. Avocado toast, yummy. Getting some thumbs up here. So if you've got any questions for me or any questions for Dr. G, put them in capitals so I can see them, because you know what I'm like with all the comments. Keep whizzing up and down. Hi, Vanessa, sweetheart.
So I'll just let you all know I'm having a great week. This is my second fasting day of the week. Went fishing yesterday afternoon. Caught a beautiful speckled trout out in the bay. It was just wonderful. Mm-hmm. Beautiful weather. And probably will be going fishing again Saturday. My weight is stable. I'm not hungry. Everything's going well. I'm thinking about getting my blood drawn. Haven't done my blood work in a number of months, so I thought maybe I might do some blood work this week. Might do it tomorrow morning. But feel good. I'm getting lots of good comments. A lot of people are still like, "Wow, you! Every time I see you, you look healthier and thinner." So you
You
know,
look
it
amazing.
works. I mean,
What's the first thing I said to you when I saw you tonight? I just went,
yeah, you look
"Wow,
great. Yeah.
you look really good."
I have I made a couple of videos today where I got to be in the video with the patient. So kind of trying to do some different things with our videos on our main page, and even I thought I looked a lot thinner. So but my weight still, maybe I'm just losing inches or whatever, but my weight's still right around 190ish. A little bit lower some days, a little bit higher other days, water fluid, things like that, but still staying right around that 190 kind of area, and I feel good. So I don't feel like I'm depriving myself. I feel like I'm getting plenty to eat and plenty of energy to last throughout the day. So that's not an issue. Of course, I take my Meta 7 and my multivitamin, and I do take the turmeric, and I also take my hair, skin, and nails. And maybe that's why my Cocoa Skin Plus. Maybe that's making me look younger. I don't know, but I've had a lot of patients that
Just
they're using
you,
it that love it.
yeah, you do. You look really well, actually.
Oh, thank
You
you.
look rested. You look really well.
Well, thank you.
Wow, Vanessa! Vanessa has lost 10 pounds.
Yay!
Yes, absolutely fabulous. She's really seriously doing her plant-based, and she's being really careful not to put any rubbish in her body. That is amazing, darling. So, so well done to you. I'm really proud of you. That's amazing. That's really, really good.
Good.
Um,
So is she
well,
fasting also, or just doing the whole food plant-based eating?
I don't know if are you fasting, V? Let me know. Um, I fasted for the first time in ages yesterday because today Chef Alicia and my friend Anna were going to be come over to do some raw vegan chefing, which we're going to video and put up on the channel. But they were having such a lovely time in the country relaxing, and Anna's absolutely shattered. Being a vet and on-call vet is a really tiring job.
Mm-hmm.
She needed the rest, so they're coming tomorrow. So I wasn't fasting. I chose to do it yesterday because I knew I'd be eating her food today. So I'm eating today and I'll be eating tomorrow. But I really enjoyed my fast. I don't know why I stopped doing it. So I'm full onto that now. I'm really, I've lost 12 pounds. I lost another pound today from yesterday. So that's almost a stone. For those of you who want to have a gig with the stone. So that's really great. Hi, Deb, sweetheart. How are you doing? Vanessa does both. So she's doing fasting and
Good.
she's doing plant-based whole food.
So if you
Well
just want to
done,
be
sweetheart.
if you just want to be healthy and you're not worried about weight loss, if you make the whole food plant-based conversion, you'll probably lose a little bit of weight, but most importantly, you'll become healthier. If you want to lose weight and get healthier, then go whole food plant-based, but also do intermittent fasting like I do. I do it just for maintenance now because I'm a crazy eater. I love to eat. And so for me to stay stable is, I fast a couple of days a week, and it's working for me as a lifestyle. So I'm enjoying it. It also is so good for the body. Your genetic system is very responsive to fasting as far as repair and regeneration of cells. And boosting the immune system. I've gone this whole winter with this massive flu epidemic that we had here in the U.S., and never got so much as a sniffle. So,
Yeah.
maybe that's related to it, maybe it's not, but I'll claim it. So I've had just a wonderful winter, and I continue to stay very, very active. I've healed well from my neck surgery back in July, and I'm starting to do more things, and I'm enjoying myself. I don't feel like I'm sacrificing anything by not eating animals. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. So there's no
Same.
reason for anybody to feel that way. So you can be as healthy as you possibly can be by avoiding animal protein and fats. Just stick with plant-based products and be as whole food as possible. Go be as close to the original source of that plant as possible. You'll make some exceptions. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with almond butter that the ingredients are almonds. I mean, if they don't put anything else in it, that's a pretty close to being a whole food, right? I mean, it has been ground up, but I mean, there's not much more to it than that. But wow, I eat lots of steamed rice and beans, different kinds of beans, and walnuts, and I do stir fries and fruits and vegetables. I eat lots of avocados, lots of bananas, lots and lots and lots and lots of tomatoes. I just love my tomatoes and my bell peppers. I am into those. I mean, I really dig them. So there you go.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Actually, something I wanted to ask you. Firstly, I'd like to just concur with the fasting, because I haven't fasted for ages. I kind of nearly fasted, and then I've eaten in the evening a few times, but mainly because I didn't get around to eating any food all day.
Mm-hmm.
I had so much more energy today. I felt really rested and kind of centered. I don't know, just strong and light. I felt much lighter. I know I had lost a pound overnight, but I felt just lighter within myself. Just your whole system, because there's nothing in your system, really, is there? Well, there probably is something in your system, but not a lot. So just wanted to agree on that. And just say that having moved away from it for a while and come back to it, I don't know why I stopped. I really felt the benefit of it today.
I think when you first are in your first few months, if you don't really make it important, then it tends to be easy to drop out and just say, I'm just going to eat and not worry about it. I'll go ahead and pick it up this next time. My friend from church, she tried to give it a try on Monday and she didn't make it. She said she felt sick, and then I checked with her today and said, hey, are you fasting? And she said, no, I had a terrible Monday. And I don't know what her issue is. I think that, and she had been successful at it before, but she said this, coming back to it to try again was a lot more difficult. So we build these psychological walls that I think make it, that can make it more difficult. But everybody's different, and I think it is easier for some people. I think some of us have different levels of self-control and willpower, and while some things seem very easy to me, it's very easy for me not to feel hungry and not to eat on days that I fast. But on days that I allow myself to eat, I really feel hungry, and I eat. And I probably eat a little bit too much on those days. And I eat the right stuff, I probably just eat too much of it. So, for me, it's just it balances me out by doing the fasting. So I'm pleased with it as a lifestyle. But I think everybody's different. So, do what works for you.
Yeah, everyone's different and everyone's allowed to be different. It is much more difficult to do something again when you slip off, I think. Not with plant-based eating, something like that, because it becomes your habit, and every now and then you do something that's not quite right, and then it's not, if you fall off that's it, you're just going to live in a meat factory and eat pies all day. But habits like on Monday and Thursday I fast, when you drop them, when you try to go back into them, and there's research as to why it is. I think one of the reasons it's more difficult to start a habit that you've dropped again is because it's not shiny and new anymore. You've kind of been there. And because you let yourself off the hook before, it's easy to let yourself off the hook again.
Yeah, it's easy to quit. Yeah.
Yeah. I literally, lost the routine unwittingly. And I think it's when we swapped our days, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just never went back to it till yesterday. And it's just definitely something that I'm going to be doing. But the question I wanted to ask you, because I don't really get this, you say that you are a food addict.
I am.
Yeah. Hi, Winky. What determines that? Because there are people that overeat.
Yeah.
It doesn't make them a food addict, does it? They're two different things.
I think there's really, it's just a difference of verbiage. I think we're talking about the same thing. There are different kinds of overeaters, that's for sure. I'm more of a binge eater. Okay, so when I allow myself to eat, it takes a long time for me to get that signal that I'm full. So I tend to overeat. All right, so
Right.
I eat fast. I eat like an animal sometimes. I eat like, I got to get to the bottom of that plate as fast as I can. I like to eat. I enjoy the experience. I enjoy the taste. I like everything about it. So for me, sometimes it's because I think, I probably just have bad eating habits. I used to eat while I worked, and meals were just like, get in there and eat and then get back over here, just go in there and then get back, right? So I've never really been the eating for me has always been more utilitarian. It's never really been a cultural thing. It's not like I enjoy sitting down for a nice evening dinner and there's going to be coffee at the end, or a couple of courses. I mean, it's just never been that for me. For me, it's just nutrition and taste and getting full, and and that's it. So I tend to, when I tend to eat a lot. And so I pay the price for that by gaining weight, right? So the fasting helps keep that under more control. Although I do, like I said, I do still eat more on days that I do eat. So I'm kind of a binge eater. It's for me, especially in the evenings, I eat out of boredom. We all have reasons that we eat. We've talked about that, right? Some of us eat for psychological reasons, or we eat out for depression, or we eat out of boredom. If I'm bored, I'll find a reason to try to eat. So staying active and things like that is real helpful for me. It can be a day that I'm supposed to be eating, and I can be out fishing and fish for hours and hours and hours and not think about eating. Or I can be in my clinic for 8 hours and skip lunch and just not eat and not even think about eating until I get home. But when I do get into the kitchen, look out. I'm going to eat. Don't get your fingers anywhere near my food. You might lose one, right? So for that's kind of how it is for me. So I call myself a food addict because when I get into that feeding frenzy, almost, it's really, I do kind of lose control a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, for me, I kind of, I'm getting that, So for me, I have to be disciplined enough to be prepared and say, okay, when I'm ready to eat, I know this is the safe food. I've got lots and lots of lentils and beans, like and brown rice and quinoa, things that I can make, right? Things that I can make quickly. So, and stuff that I can just throw in the microwave and or just eat cold, or wrap up and in like a spinach wrap or something and eat it. So I've got ways to make sure that when I do get really hungry and eat, that I'm filling up with as much whole fiber foods, lots of natural fiber and lots of protein, and and the carbs too, and all of that, but all plant based and safe, and so that even if I do overeat, and even if I were to put a few pounds on, it's still fine because I'm eating the right kinds of food. So for me, the fasting helps balance me out. It balances that out, and it's keeping me steady with my weight. So you would think that somebody that was skipping 2 days a week consistently would be consistently dropping weight, but I'm not. I'm staying right at that 190 area, and it's where I've been now for months. So I think if I wanted to, if I really needed to lose some more weight, I probably could do it. In fact, I know I could if I set that as a goal for myself. So I'm kind of a goal-oriented person. So if I decided I wanted to do that, I could do it. But I really feel no need to do it. And the DW is very happy with where I am. She doesn't want me to lose any more weight. She'd like me not to lose any more. So I'm really not pushing myself to do it. So I'm not going to say I haven't lost weight because she said that. I'm going to say that I didn't decide to do it because she said that, or because if I decided to do it, it would happen. I would just make it happen. So I think that there are, everybody's different about how we handle food and what it means to us, and I think that some of those things are going to persist despite making a change in what you eat. But we know that if you make the change to what you eat And if you make it a plant-based diet, then you are a plant-based menu, okay, that you are going to become healthier. Even if you're overweight, you're going to become healthier and overweight. And if you have diabetes type 2, that's going to improve and it should eventually go away. So, my pre-diabetes went away. My A1C was 5.9. It dropped all the way to 5.1 in just a matter of a few months. And I was eating completely all carbohydrates, basically plant-based foods, right? And the stuff they tell you not to eat if you have diabetes. So, how does that work? Well, because they don't really understand how it works. Just like Linda Watson's doctor was telling her that not to go full vegan because it's dangerous. It's just,
makes you want to roll
when doctors make statements like that, it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. I lost 62 pounds. So,
I don't know what's in it for them to say that either.
They don't understand.
They're just lack of understanding.
They just don't understand. Alina Dahl asked me, what vitamins do I take besides Meta 7 and from whom? I have a whole line of supplements that I have produced for my patients. Meta 7 is the one we advertise the most, but if you go to meta-7.com, you should find a pretty good collection of different supplements like vitamin D and a multivitamin and turmeric. I don't know how much of it's on there. I need to add some things on there. I'm always in need of doing something with the supplements. But I mean, I'm literally carrying cases of supplements to the office virtually every day. Like today I carried 3 cases in. We ran out of calcium. We ran out of vitamin D. We run out of vitamin D so fast. I just ordered 1,500 more bottles of vitamin D, and they got here in the nick of time. I mean, within 2 days of running out of the last batch that can be. We go through this stuff so fast, it's amazing. And partially because people, we talk to them, we tell them how important it is for them to take supplements. And I had a patient that came in the other day, a month or 2 ago. She had just purchased a bottle of the 5,000 unit vitamin D at CVS. The price tag was $24.99. I looked at it, and it was the count. It was a 90 count bottle. I said, "Wait, what is that? What is that? You have?" Because she'd been to CVS before she came in. I said, "You paid $25 for a bottle of that 90 count bottle of vitamin D?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you know I sell that same bottle, the same exact product, for $10?" And she said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, really."
Wow.
I mean, and I get a lot of pushback. I get a lot of grief. People put in the comments, you're selling sugar pills and all this kind of nonsense. And it's just, people. There's always going to be people out there that are going to do that, right? But we sell a lot of supplements. We sell fish oil for those that are still eating meat. I recommend that they take the fish oil because the omega-3s are so important. We sell a joint support product, the glucosamine chondroitin sulfate, which works so well. We sell Coco Skin Plus, which is new and revised hair, skin, and nails product that we're getting a lot of really good feedback. We're selling it a lot in the clinic. It's not selling very well online yet, but we don't have a lot of testimonials, but we will be getting more testimonials soon on it. We sell a liquid gel calcium, so it makes it easier to absorb the calcium if it's a liquid gel instead of those hard, crunchy, like Oscal kind of products. Of course, we have the vitamin D, and I have a really good A to Z multivitamin. I think I covered most of it. Oh, and there's Meta 7. I think we have 8 different products that we keep, and we sell a lot of it. A lot of our patients, they come and they come in on their even when they don't have an appointment, they just come in because they need more. They're out. They stop by and just say, "Hey, I just need to pick up some more Meta 7, and my wife is out of this one, and let's and we ring it right up." I've burned up one of those square card readers. Just died the other day. It just burned up after several years. I had to order another one. I mean, we sell a lot of supplements. We want everybody on a multivitamin. We want everybody in Houston to take extra vitamin D unless they're a vegan. If I tell them, look, if you're a vegan, you don't need extra vitamin D as long as you're getting your mushrooms. If they're eating animal products, I tell them, first of all, I tell them, you really shouldn't read this book, and give them a copy of the title of the Proteinaholic book. But then I'll say, well, if you are going to eat animal products, I want you taking fish oil, right? You know, and those that are concerned about their nails and hair and so forth, and their appearance, we recommend the Coca Skin Plus. We recommend the Meta 7 to everybody that wants more energy, wants to feel good, and have more focus. And we're getting, you know, lots of people tell us they get lots of focus. We've had people that have come on here and talked about how good they feel on Meta 7. I've got literally hundreds of video testimonials from people about Meta 7, and not just patients, but people, you know, just out in the public that have made videos. And that's difficult to get somebody to do, to actually sit down and make you a video and send it to you. A testimony, because nobody likes the way they look on camera. You know, it's sort of, you know, it's not something that they really feel good about doing, and so we all have to kind of get used to that when we first start, you know, making videos and things. You know, but we have, you know, we do a lot of that business, and so we want our patients healthy, and you know, we have a lot of. I would say probably the majority of our population is Caucasian or white, and white women have the highest risk of osteoporosis. So I'm really stressing the need for the vitamin D and the calcium, and so you know, they feel like they can trust me, and that they know that I have our products secondarily tested at independent labs, and this is what I take. This is what my family takes. These are good products. So we make sure they're good. And so, yeah, we sell a lot of that stuff. So I hope I more than answered that question. These aren't just, this isn't just something that we do for fun. We take these ourselves. We take this very, very seriously. We think nutrition is incredibly important. And we know that the food system is letting us down in so many ways. And I think most everybody, I feel like I'm probably preaching to the choir in this room, right? Because I think almost everybody here understands how poor our food system has become because of corporate farming and the techniques that are used to sterilize the soil and the way the soil is prepped before they put the seeds in, right? So when you kill all the bacteria in the soil, you don't get the vitamins, guys. You don't. So take a multivitamin, and if you're vegan like me, if you're a whole food plant-based eater, you need to get that B12, because you just can't be sure you're getting enough B12. So you need the B12. If you're taking Meta 7, and you should be, if you're taking Meta 7, you're getting plenty of B12. I promise you.
They certainly are.
Yeah.
I have got loads of comments and some questions people want to ask you, and I've got some people to say hello to. I've got a couple of success stories here. Jo says she bumped into a neighbour who she doesn't see very much, who said, "Wow, you're looking really great." So she was feeling really good about that. She's going to start taking a probiotic as well. That's fantastic. And Beverly said that's the best feeling. And then they ask, "How are you doing it?" And I say, "I'm not eating flesh." Love it. Anne is saying, "I don't know the pounds. I'm not fully plant-based, but I do fast once a week, and I've lost 20 kilos.
About 10 pounds. It's about.
Is it 10 pounds?
Isn't there 2.2?
Well done. Since October, not including the 7.8 kilogram growth.
Oh wait, maybe it's more than that. Maybe is it 2.2?
27.8 kilos. Yeah,
no,
because
it's more than that.
Kilos is
2.2 pounds per kilo, I think. So yeah, that's more like almost 50 pounds.
Wow. Well done, Anne.
I think that's right.
Hi, Bonnie, sweetheart. Hi, Laurie. Jo used to be vegetarian, but she went full vegan last year. Fantastic. That's that question that you just... I just don't want to miss anyone here. They're all saying hi to each other. I think Bonnie's gone over to your channel. Sorry, Bonnie, I missed you because Dr. G was talking.
Yeah, 2.2 pounds per kilo. Yeah, that's right. I'm getting some confirmation. It is 2.2 pounds per kilo. So if you lost,
it definitely is.
Yeah, if you lost 20 kilos, you lost about 44 pounds, is what it is. That's very good.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Beverly has been sauteing mushrooms in vegetable broth. She can't eat enough of them. Fabulous. I've just been going nuts with nuts with mushrooms. Hi, Wendy. Hi to Jackie. Beverly is saying if you stand up during eating, you find out quite often. You find out that you're full if you stand up.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Wendy's having roasted veggies. They are her favourite. And Beverly's saying that her father used to inhale his food. I mentally make myself chew it enough, but it took her practice. Just going through those.
Don't I eat like a dog?
Winks just said, "Darling, I eat like a dog." He does.
We are dogs. We're men equal dogs. You see,
Man dogs.
yes.
Man dogs.
You could actually put our plate on the floor, and it would be just as fine with us. Really.
Yeah. Winks nodding.
Yeah.
He hasn't eaten tonight. He's just been playing it. I think he took 5 musical instruments, guitar-shaped instruments with him tonight for band practice. Oh my goodness, Wendy is saying, as a child, my family had to inhale dinner because my parents would be off to their next job and we didn't have time to enjoy the meal.
Wow.
I learned to down a tacker in 3 bites. Bad habits from early on. Roasted broccoli apparently is gorgeous. They're all talking about food. Oh right, apparently we lost them in desperate help. Right, Dr. G, I need desperate help with vitamin D. Mushrooms! I'm just going to get that in there. I'm super, super low, and yet I can't get my body to absorb even when taking high doses. What can I take to help my body absorb it?
Well, we've been through this with Chrissy, and we'll tell you the same thing. Is that Vanessa who asked? Because she just...
No, it's not. It's Wendy Horn.
Okay, so I've got Vanessa's asking me, talking about the same thing. What causes a person
to
be able to...
She said, how can I get Dr. G to answer? So
all right, so here's the deal. The problem a lot of times is that when you get some vitamin D in the food, you have to have adequate sunshine for it to be converted into the active form, okay, the D3. And there are a lot of intermediary forms of vitamin D, and a lot of that's not really that important. What's important is that if you really want to get your vitamin D level up there, and you want your vitamin D as close to 50 as you can. 30 is sort of the cutoff. Most researchers think that the cutoff should be 40, but really for optimum health, you want to be over 50. And you'll find that if you get your vitamin D level up over 50, you will have a better sense of well-being. I'm going to put it that way. You're going to feel better. You're going to have better focus. You're going to you're going to like things better. Let's just put it that way. The best way that I know to get your vitamin D level up is to eat mushrooms at least once a day. Eat mushrooms with 1 meal a day. Pick the meal, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what kind of mushrooms. They're all loaded with active forms of vitamin D. If you will do that, within a month, you should see an amazing improvement in your vitamin D level. You should see your vitamin D level up over 30, maybe even over 40. If you really push it, you can go over 50. Before I became a vegan, I took 3 different forms of vitamin D, and my vitamin D level never hit 30. I was always in the 20s. I was on Meta 7, I was on vitamin D, and I was on a multivitamin. All 3 of those contained vitamin D, but yet it didn't seem to really get my levels up there. Now, I felt good, but my vitamin D level wasn't where it should be. So when I became a vegan and naturally started eating the mushrooms, like we talk about 80% fruits and vegetables, 10% mushrooms, and then 10% fruits, nuts, and whole grains, for some reason that vitamin D level started going up. And the reason was obviously the mushrooms were loaded with vitamin D. And I checked my vitamin D level again in just a couple of months, and my vitamin D level was over 50. I believe it was around 53. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. Now, I did not know where that vitamin D was coming from at that time because I hadn't done the research. I checked my vitamin D level again a couple of months later, and I was over 80. Okay? And I'm not even sure where I am now. Yeah, my vitamin D, I mean, and you feel amazing when your vitamin D level gets up around 100. I mean, that's what you want. You want that vitamin D level to really be up there. and you want it to come from foods, okay? You want it to come from those mushrooms, eating mushrooms, once every day or once every other day. You want to have those mushrooms working into your diet, because you'll get your vitamin D will come up. If you've been having to take the 50,000 units of vitamin D2 once a week, which is what a lot of doctors do, to try to get those vitamin D levels up, if you will just eat mushrooms once a day with either lunch or dinner or breakfast, even if you want, you will find that it'll amaze your doctor at the end of the month. Go back in and get your vitamin D level. Say, I've been doing this, been eating mushrooms. I was told it would get my vitamin D level up. Would you check? If they'll check your vitamin D level for you, I think you'll be amazed at the results. And if you want more evidence, talk to Chrissy, because it's Chrissy Moore, right? I mean, she'll let you know.
Yeah, Chrissy, I don't know where she is tonight. She was coming on. Obviously, she's got held up somewhere.
She couldn't.
She went from 6 to 47 in 30 days. Yeah, having one portion of mushrooms with one meal a day for 30 days.
So and so there's a lot of people out there with vitamin D deficiencies. I see people that come in that Chrissy level, that original level. I see it frequently. And have for many years. And people come in, they feel really, they can't really tell you why. They just feel bad. And we find that it's nutrition a lot of times. And what's funny is doctors, we're not really trained to look for nutritional reasons for people not feeling well. We're trained to look for disease. But a lot of times we're just malnourished. We're malnourished, right? So. And then to hear doctors out there say, don't go full vegan, that's bad for you. You may not get enough B12. I mean, that's cray to hear that, because they're the ones that are unhealthy. They're the ones that are unhealthy. A lot of them are obese. A lot of them are on medicines for their cholesterol. A lot of them have diabetes. They don't have a clue how to cure themselves, right? But you go on a whole food plant-based diet and you stick with it, you begin to feel better. You have more energy. Your vitamin D level goes up. Your B12 level, you got to supplement that, yes. But your cholesterol comes down. Your blood pressure comes down. The inflammatory processes in your body will begin to subside. Your arthritis will improve. Your breathing will improve. My asthma went away. I cured my own asthma. I mean, I never expected that to happen. That was never something that I thought. I thought as life progressed, I'm going to be more and more dependent on inhalers. That's what I expected. But now I don't have to use them at all.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So that is your vitamin D, because there's several people here saying that they can't absorb it in pill or liquid form. Have it in food form. And somebody said, her nutritionist... is Sharon is saying that, and Wendy. My Seeker's dietitian says there's no scientific proof that mushrooms help your vitamin D. I believe you, and I want to show her the proof. Do it, babes.
Yeah.
Do it, babes.
Yeah.
There you go. Absolutely do it.
No scientific proof. Good gravy.
Look at Chrissy. It's just like, gosh, she needs to get some updated information if she's a dietitian. I presume that's American for nutritionist, is it?
Well, we call them both. Nutritionists, dietitians, diabetic educators in some cases.
She should know a lot about it. Sharon, who's low on vitamin D, is saying, I crave mushrooms. I guess it's because I'm so low in vitamin D.
Could be.
Yeah, see, when you eat a healthy diet, and I've said this before, your body craves the things you need.
It does.
I'm like, I kind of rubberneck every time I see some green things on a plate. I can't walk past a bag of spinach without, having a little nibble.
Sure.
Because, I fancy those things.
And I think in some cases there are people out there with vitamin deficiencies who overeat and are obese because they are vitamin deficient, because their body keeps telling them to eat, because the body knows what it needs, that it needs a nutrition, and it needs a nutritional item, a vitamin of some kind, a nutrient of some kind, and so it continues to tell the brain to eat, right? In some cases, like children who are iron deficient will eat ice chips Women who are iron deficient will eat ice chips. Their body tells them to eat. They think they're supposed to eat ice chips. It's really very interesting. Or paint chips. We call that pica.
Oh,
We call it pica.
oh,
Yeah. So I think it's quite possible that nutritional deficiencies are probably in some amount probably contributing to the obesity and overweight epidemic that we have. But you know, who knows for sure? I mean, we're eating the average American, the average person in UK, most of us in the Western world, we're eating close to 200 pounds of animal products a year. I mean, think about it. You're eating a side of beef. I mean,
yeah,
200 pounds. I mean, 200 pounds of animal proteins and fats you're running through your body, and some people a lot more than that. And then they wonder why they don't feel good.
yeah. Interesting. Sharon is saying, so Sharon wants her asthma to go away, the rheumatoid arthritis, the osteoporosis is 3.5, and IBS, I want it all to go away. Are you fully plant-based, babes? Get those mushrooms down your neck, girl. Get those whole foods in your body. Inhale those fruits and vegetables.
For people who don't like mushrooms,
Get better.
mushrooms, everybody likes cooked mushrooms. I can understand if you don't like raw mushrooms, but I mean, you can cook them. You throw the mushrooms in with your stir fry, and you stir fry some veggies, and the mushrooms just sort of take on the flavor of whatever else you're cooking, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. And you can hide mushrooms really easily in kind of like ragouts and chilies and stuff like that. And I've made a chili. I still can't get my video that I made a ragu, like a pasta sauce based kind of meat-free, bit-free, and that is just chumped full of mushrooms. But I can't. It won't save.
Interesting.
I've edited it in iMovies and it won't save to my phone. It won't. I spent about 10 hours on this blimmin' video, what with cooking, prepping, and then I stayed up all night till 9 in the morning editing it, and I cannot get it onto YouTube. It's just stuck. I literally don't know what to do. I'm just going insane here. But when you whiz vegetables up for kids, you whiz mushrooms up as well. They can't feel them, especially if you've got like quite a thick kind of saucy kind of texture. So do that with yourself if you don't like mushrooms. Find a way to eat them.
I would think
essential.
if you're making a shake once a day, like if you're doing a banana, like we had on some of our menus that we did, to make a little shake. Why couldn't you put some mushrooms in there? And by the time you mixed them and ground them up, you probably wouldn't be able to taste them at all. I would think. I don't know. I've never tried that, so it's not something you would think of,
I think so. I had a really nice smoothie today because I've got rhubarb growing like triffid in my garden at the moment, so I'm having rhubarb every morning. I had it with banana and vanilla today.
Oh yeah.
I think it was cashew. Yeah, it was cashew nut milk, and it was absolutely gorgeous, absolutely delicious. I really liked it actually. Sharon is saying, I don't overeat. I've been drinking Boost once a day, some days, because I don't eat enough. And Wonder Woman is saying the same about under eating.
Are we underweight?
Right, okay, yeah. Wonder Woman, Sharon, let us know if you're underweight. And why do you think you undereat? That might be interesting. Sharon is eating a vegan dinner now. Good girl. Joe's cat is sitting on her keyboard, which isn't helping her. Hi, Laurie, darling. From Alberta, Canada. Rocky View County. I'm now able to watch both channels. Sorry, you are an IT goddess. Hang on. I love raw mushrooms overcooked any day. Oh, that's interesting.
Overcooked. Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. Sauteed in onions and butter. I did some mushrooms in
No,
garlic with
not
black pepper.
not. Did I hear butter? Oh. What is that? Doesn't that come from milk, like cow's milk with pus
Oh
in
no,
it?
no, Cal. Yes, sorry. I just read that
Oh,
without it.
oh my
Of
goodness.
course, sauteed butter.
The thought
No,
of
no,
butter.
no, no. Olive oil if you must, girl. Olive
Oh,
oil if you must.
that'll make me ill. Don't they?
Honestly, yeah. I had a bit of a. I don't know if I said this last week, but I won't bore you with the whole story. But I couldn't find. I was starving. I couldn't find anything in the supermarket, which isn't my normal supermarket, except this pack of crisps. They were quinoa chips, and I thought, oh, I'll have those. They'll be nice.
Right.
Can I get the blimmin' packet open in the shop? No. I was pulling and pulling and pulling. Almost wanted to do that like this to see if I could pop it. I was just like, gosh. So I very angrily put it back on the shelf saying, well, I'm not going to buy you then if I can't open you. And I ended up buying some of those store-baked triple Belgian chocolate cookies. The only thing I fancied, so obviously not vegan. And I ate them. I didn't really like them, but I managed to. They're like this big,
Mm-hmm.
that big, the soft ones, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I managed to eat two of them before I left the store, and I managed to scoff the other two in my face in the car on the way back from yoga. And oh my goodness, the stomachache I had the next day. It was almost like, oh, that's odd. It's like I've been poisoned.
Right.
What have I eaten? What have I eaten? I was thinking, well, I've had, rhubarb shake, and what have I eaten? Well, I had some hot chili last night, but I have hot chili nearly every night. What have I eaten? What have I eaten? What have I eaten? Anyway, then after all this pain, I've never actually had food poisoning, so I just need to I don't really know what that's like. But I think it's like being stabbed in the stomach, isn't it, when you have food poisoning?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. So I had all these stabbing pains in my stomach. And then I had a completely liquid visit to the toilet. And it was just like, it was those wretched cookies I ate yesterday.
Could have been a bunch of butter in them and milk and who knows what, eggs. I mean, who knows?
No, they weren't. I think they had milk in it because of the chocolate and butter. I won't be doing that again.
Robin Snoopy is here. Says she's been doing some research on just simple research on mushrooms, and apparently they vary. I presume she means the vitamin D level varies on type, raw or cooked, organic versus canned. Seems tofu, have to use the real, not processed, can be used in place of mushrooms. I'm not familiar with using tofu as a source of vitamin D. Where tofu plays a helpful role for the vegan is that since it's made from soy, it has got a very high protein content. And so that's why you see a lot of vegans eat soy, because we want to be sure you get enough protein. And soy is a super high protein source, and it's not bad tasting. And what's also cool about soy is you can make it up in the form of tofu or other artificial kinds of things that look sort of like meat, and you can grill it up and you can use it like you would when you were making your old meat recipes. So soy is really very useful, and it's useful in the form of tofu. But I don't know about the vitamin D content in tofu. So
Hi,
that would
Race.
be different.
Race is saying she thought it was only UV sunlight treated mushrooms that have vitamin D, question mark, question mark.
Well, UV, ultraviolet light, is in sunlight, okay? So
Yeah.
all plants are dependent on the full spectrum of light that is available in sunlight, and the ultraviolet rays are part of that. Now, whether or not that's necessary for the mushroom to produce the active form of the vitamin D, I cannot answer. I do not know. But I do know this. If you eat mushrooms, your vitamin D levels will go up. And
Yeah,
that's really all we need to know here.
sure. That's absolutely sure. I don't know. Don't they grow mushrooms in the dark? Don't they grow them in the dark?
I always thought they did.
Anyway,
I always thought they did.
what happens with them? They
There was an old T-shirt back in the '70s that said, "Everybody must think I'm a mushroom. They keep me in the dark and feed me bull, fill in the blank." Right?
yeah. That's what I was thinking. Treat me like a mushroom. Yeah. Beverly, I'm sitting in my car with my groceries in the back seat. 56. I have triple washed organic spinach. Ooh! Head of lettuce, veggie, vegan, fresh cooked rice. Wegmans. Fabulous. Oh, and I was talking to Alicia the other day, and Costco have apparently very well priced fruits and veg.
Frozen or produce.
We were just talking about, because we were talking about what recipes to do, and I said, can we not do something that's got some weird expensive ingredient? Let's do something that my lovelies are going to have those ingredients.
Right.
Most people will have in the cupboard. They don't have to go on
Right.
a vegan weird ingredient food shop hunt.
Right.
And I was saying, let's not have something that's like quinoa and this and that, and before you know it, you've spent £100 on lunch, because everything,
Yeah.
teaspoon of that, and you've got to buy it all.
Well, frozen fruits and vegetables are definitely the way to go, because they hold. I mean, you put them in and you use what you need, and you leave the rest in the freezer, and there you go. I mean, you don't have much waste, and you don't have to worry about that. So, Costco is a great source.
Yeah, apparently they have really good prices and some really good deals on. Sharon prefers raw veggies. Well, you are onto a winner then, because you are getting absolutely the plant as nature intended into your mouth and into your digestive system. So absolutely well done. I like practically everything raw. I can't think of anything I don't like raw, really. I don't even really like cooked carrots that much. I'll always leave them, or I won't help myself to them when they're on the table. But I love them raw or grated. It's just weird. That's weird.
Or sliced into those carrot sticks. I like those.
Yeah. I like those.
Yeah.
Sandy, she dices or minces her mushrooms small and uses them as meat for spaghetti bolognese or chili. Yes, exactly.
Perfect. Yeah.
A lot of fake meat products are made from mushrooms. They are. They because it's got that texture. A grilled portobello mushroom will fill you up like a steak would.
You can make them
meaty like a steak.
You can make them taste just like fajitas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. I whizzed them back in my black bean burger suit, and I whizzed them in my black bean burger suit. Yeah, that's brilliant, because mushrooms, if you're making a bean burger, mushrooms will help to stick them together, and also flaxseed will as well. So it acts like an egg. Mushrooms. Sharon is losing weight, though. I don't know what Sharon. Because we were asking the two that, right, Sharon is saying, I have no appetite, zero desire to eat.
It sounds to me like Sharon might be depressed. That's what depression looks like. No appetite and
desire to eat.
Sleeping problems are two of the biggest things that we see with people who are depressed. They have either sleeping too much or too little, or their appetite has changed. Either they're eating too much or too little. So a change in appetite, almost always it's a loss of appetite, but sometimes increase of appetite, and then lack of sleep, unable to sleep, and occasionally just the opposite, sleeping too much. But almost always the quintessential depressed person is a person who's lost their appetite and is unable to sleep. So if you've lost your appetite and you're not sleeping, you might want to talk to your doctor about doing a screening device, a screening test for depression.
Okay. And Wonder Woman is saying, she says, yes, I'm 5'10" and 138 pounds.
Okay, so you're underweight.
Yeah, you're underweight.
Yeah.
Sharon is losing weight though. Sharon is, I think Wonder Woman's lost 7 pounds in the last month.
Yeah. If your body mass index is under 18 and you don't want it there, then you have a problem. I'm gonna check that body mass.
Right, so this is Wonder Woman.
Let's see, the weight was 100.
She's 138 pounds and 5'10".
138 pounds, 5'10" inches. That's a 19.8. Okay, so that's technically in the normal range. So that's okay. But if your body, if it goes under 18, that's when we really start getting concerned, and we start putting people on medicine to actually build their appetite. We do have medication that can make you hungry.
And is that what Boost is?
Well, I think she's used. No, Boost is just it's like liquid nutrition. That's what Boost is. Boost is
like a protein
it's
shake,
like what we give to elderly people just to make sure that they're getting enough nutrition, because they tend to forget to eat.
Yeah, my mum had that when she had with her early onset Alzheimer's, because she would.
The other thing we use.
They race around,
Yeah.
they move all the time, and
Yeah.
they don't eat.
It's like Ensure is another brand that does the same thing. And there are some people, they're not able, because of illnesses, because of disease, they can't swallow food, so they have a feeding tube that's been inserted into their stomach. They may be walking around and just fine otherwise, but they can't swallow, so they may actually have a small tube called a PEG tube that goes into the stomach, and they can pour a couple of cans of Boost or a couple of cans of Ensure 3 times a day to make sure they're getting nutrition. Now, I don't know what kind of protein they put in those. It would be interesting to me to know if those are plant-based protein products or not. They're super processed, they're highly processed, but if you're at that stage in life where you can't swallow food, you probably don't have a lot of choice anyway. So, but there are some people that want to be sure that they're getting enough nutrition because they just don't eat a lot, and many of them are depressed, and they just never really have noticed that they're depressed. They've just always felt that way, and unfortunately nobody's ever discovered or helped them find out that they were depressed and they didn't need to feel that way. And so to make sure that they don't keep losing weight, they use Boost or Ensure.
Right. Okay. So you maybe talk to your doctor about depression. Jackie is saying, could you ask Dr. G how you know if you need vitamins, and how do you know what you need to take?
Ask the question again. For some reason it didn't come through right.
Sorry. Could I ask you, how do you know if you need vitamins, and how do you know what you need to take?
Well, there's some basic things we look at. First of all, everybody should take an A to Z multivitamin, okay? This ensures that you're getting enough of a whole spectrum of vitamins and minerals, all right? So that we should all do. Secondarily, there are some people that have symptoms of problems like fatigue, or weight problems, for example, or they have gastrointestinal problems where they don't digest foods correctly. So they have some reason to believe they might have a malabsorption issue. And in those cases, they should see their physician and they should be tested. So I'll have patients that come in, for example, that have had gastric bypass, and we want to be sure they're getting enough vitamins. And I'll check vitamin E levels, vitamin D, I'll check vitamin K, I'll check vitamin B6, I'll check B12, and I check folate levels, and I check iron and ferritin. And then we do a full regular chemistry panel, so we can look at general albumin or human protein levels and things to make sure that they are getting enough. So if you are eating a variety of fruits and vegetables, then the only thing you need to do is to take a multivitamin that's got B12, and you should be just fine.
Okay, there you go. She's actually never taken vitamins in her life, so
Yeah.
there you go. And Wonder Woman has got in big capital letters, "Not real butter." So she was using a plant-based one. Phew! Gosh, I thought you'd gone all rogue on us. Fabulous news, fabulous. It's animal product, Jackie. That's what's wrong with butter. It's animal product, and we're plant-based. So I use one made of, I think it's made of olive oil, the one I'm using, but I've had one made of soya oil as well. I don't use it very much actually, hardly at all, unless I'm making something that you need butter. Like I made some flapjacks because Elena sent me some porridge oats, and I wanted to make flapjacks for Finian.
You can always substitute if you really do want something like butter. You can always get some Blue
Yeah,
Bonnet, or I can't believe it's. I can't believe it's not butter. Actually, it had some milk or something in it. But Blue
yeah,
Bonnet, I checked and it was completely vegan.
yeah.
So
Just needs a vegan one. It's
yeah,
because it's an animal protein. It's basically dairy, Jackie.
yeah.
That's why. And portobello mushrooms. Been doing some simple research regarding. Is that the question that Robin sent to you? Been doing some simple research
Yes,
regarding mushrooms.
yes,
Okay, we've
yeah.
covered that one then. Some of them don't grow in the sun. La, 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 la. You know the mushrooms I don't like? Actually, the post I put on Facebook, it's those, I can't even say it. Is it shiitake mushrooms or shiitake or whatever?
I think it's
Those
shiitake.
those one, oh, they're just like slime. Oh, it's just way too much mushroom for me. But they're the ones that are on the post I put about mushrooms now being, not only do we know that they sort your vitamin D out, but they've actually done some research now, where they have found it could have a really long-lasting benefits for cognitive health, so for dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff
Yep,
like
which
that.
makes you wonder: is that related to the vitamin D levels, or is that related to something else in the mushrooms? Are we suffering this endemic, almost epidemic levels now of older patients developing dementia? Is it because of nutrition problems? Do they have low vitamin D? Is it because they've had this lifetime of animal products? The elderly people that we have now are the first generation, I think, of people that literally have spent their whole lives eating this incredible um, amount of animal products, and of course that number is growing. So we're seeing more and more dementia, and we're seeing more and more autoimmune diseases like multiple sclerosis and Lou Gehrig's disease, myotrophic lateral sclerosis. We're seeing more and more of psoriatic arthritis. We're seeing more autoimmune diseases than ever before, and we're telling people eat more meat. It's what's for dinner. I mean, come on. When are we going to make the link? I mean, the link's out there. Everybody, I think a lot of people know it's out there, but
Thought Flavor
they don't
Knives,
want to be
just
the
watch
one. Yeah, they don't want
Flavor
to be the
Knives.
ones to say it. They don't want to be the ones to have their funding cut. Uh, we know this is going on, and we know that when we get somebody that's got an autoimmune disease, like psoriatic arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, if we can get them, or multiple sclerosis, right? If we can get them to do a 90-day challenge and just eat fruits and vegetables for 90 days, they will see, almost universally, they'll see remission of their symptoms. Their symptoms just simply go away. I mean, this we know this, right? But why aren't we doing this? It was amazing to me. I had a patient I talked about, I think last year. I diagnosed her with MS. I was certain she had MS. I sent her to the neurologist. She came back to me after she'd been to the neurologist, and she says, "You were right. I have MS." I said, "Okay, now I want you to listen closely. This is very important. You can never eat another animal product again." And she looked at me and she said, "That's the same thing the neurologist told me." So there are some doctors who do know this. Okay, we know the information is out there, right? It's just it's not mainstream. It's like it's almost like trying to invite people over to your Amway meeting, right? Trying to get them to hear you talk about veganism is almost like trying to get them to join a pyramid scheme or something. It's for some reason it's just so far on the fringe that real people don't want to do it. Look,
Yeah.
this is easy. Just
It has a history of being
right.
difficult and a history of them all being
Yeah.
animal rights activists and shouting outside farms and, you know, preaching and you know, like, really, what do they eat? And nobody really knew much about it at the time. And that time has gone. But when we learn something, we learn it 30, 40 years ago, most of us. And so we have a kind of a pigeonholed opinion of it. And, you know, not us, we're all open-minded and we're willing to give things a whirl here. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, because an awful lot of you weren't plant-based before we started this back in October, which is just incredible all by itself, really. It's just like amazing. But, you know, we know differently, but other people don't. So they look at it as being really weird. But, you know, you guys, people are stopping you in the street and going, oh, my goodness, you look amazing. What are you doing? You know, people are noticing, you know, and when you go, oh, I'm, you know, plant-based, and if they're like, oh, well, that's them going, no, that's a vegan thing. I don't want to hear any more information about how you look so amazing, because I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
And
exactly, and that's exactly what the attitude of a lot of people is. I'm not giving up my cheeseburgers. I'm not giving up my double bacon cheeseburger. I don't care what you say, and it doesn't matter. I'd rather take the pills,
yeah.
and they will, and they'll take the pills. And I've got lots and lots of patients, and we've had the discussions, and they'd rather take the medicine than give up their meat. So be it. That's their
No,
decision.
exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's everyone's own personal decision, but I
It
think
is.
if you're unwell and you're in pain and all that sort of thing, isn't it worth giving it a whirl? Because it's only food. It's not some weird drug, experiment drug, sort of little cluster of, you know, trying it out, drug testing. And, you know, my mum was on some new thing for Alzheimer's that there was some trial, and she didn't get into the test because I think she was too far gone by the time they'd done all the paperwork. But anyway, it's just food. That's all it is. It's just food. Nothing other than food. But, you know, everyone has to make their own decision. It's just, you know, I did this just because I wanted to know what the fuss was about. They're all leaping up and down saying it's amazing. And I'm a FOMO queen, fear of missing out queen. You know, I'm one of the ones that has to touch the paint to see if it is wet, you know, and I had to have a go. And goodness me, it was true. So, yeah, right. There was somebody. I've got a question for you. We sound the same. I can go days which makes migraine. We sound the same. I can go days which make migraine when my husband makes me eat. I just had about 10 bites and I'm stuffed. Sharon, if you've gone days without eating and then you take 10 bites, your stomach will have shrunk. And so your stomach gets full quicker if it hasn't had anything to do for 10 days.
She needs to be seen by a gastroenterologist and have her stomach scoped. That's not normal, okay?
Yeah.
So we're either dealing with a psychological issue, or we have an eating disorder, or we have something wrong with our stomach or esophagus. Okay, this is not normal. This deserves to be worked up from a medical standpoint. Okay, so
Right, she says her doctor's watching. She lost 14 pounds without realising it, but she also said something about pain. Doctor, can pain meds, i.e. opioids, take your appetite away?
absolutely, absolutely
There
take
you
your
go.
appetite away and cause severe constipation. Both.
Right. She says she thinks that's what's messing her up with the lack of appetites and sleeping weird, etc.
Okay, well that is a reasonable explanation. So yes. So if we're on a lot of pain medications or some of these neuromodulators like Lyrica or gabapentin, then yes, that can affect appetite, and so those actually are causing a psychological problem. And one of the things that we can do to help kind of reverse that is we actually use antidepressants to help improve the appetite in some patients that have chronic pain. And we've also learned that those antidepressants help with the chronic pain as well. So it serves two purposes. It helps with the appetite, but it also helps decrease the dependence on pain medication because it does have some pain relieving ability as well.
Right. That's really, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Anne is saying, my GP just did my vitamin and mineral levels because my body is doing strange things. Expand on that, Anne, and we can put Dr. G's amazing brain to it. Becky doesn't like shiitake mushrooms either.
I have donated my brain to science, by the way.
Good.
It's right here. Science is using it.
Science is using it. Science is using it. Wendy needs a mushroom emoji. Do you know what? There are not enough fruit and vegetable emojis in the blimmin'. You know I like to use lots of emojis. And it's just like, really? Really? They don't have one for that. How can they not have a raspberry emoji? I mean, like goodness me. It's just like the second flavour of ice cream, isn't it? Raspberry Ripple. I don't know. What is Apple on?
What's ice cream?
Yeah, nice cream.
Oh, okay.
Bye, all grandbaby is awake wanting her breakfast. Oh, okay. Anne's had to go because her granddaughter's up or grandchild's up.
Actually, I need to kind of go too. I know we're not quite at our 90 minutes, but we're close. So I've got to run some errands, and but I've enjoyed it. And I do want to confirm that we are going to be, you go through your daylight savings time change this weekend as well, correct? So
yeah, we'll be back in sync.
So 2:30 Sunday for me is going to be 8:30
my time.
Okay, so that's going to be our time.
For the UK lot, it's back to the old times of midnight on Thursday and 8:30 on Sunday, and it's carrying on with your normal times because I've actually not changed your time since your clocks went forward.
Right.
So 6 p.m. and 2:30.
Okay.
I thought there was one more question, but you need to go.
Well, I got time to do one more.
Okay. Hi, Sonia. I give my 8-year-old and my 11-year-old 3 eggs every day as well as lentils, so they have high protein diet. They train hard 15 hours a week, and I worry that they have enough protein in their diet. There is more protein in soya beans than there is in a side of beef.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Yeah, so don't worry that you have to give eggs. That 3 eggs every day, that's a lot of eggs, and you can get kind of a bit constipated with eggs. Literally, soybeans that have the highest protein per gram that you can have.
There's more protein in a cup of soybeans than there is in 3 ounces of beef. So keep that in mind. So there's no reason to use to say I'm worried that somebody's not getting enough protein, so I'm giving them animal products. It's just not necessary.
Yeah. So if they're training really hard, you do really, really well to give them pulses or legumes, like that sort of thing. Yeah. They'll get absolutely loads of energy, and a ton of fiber as well. She won't get from the eggs. Okay, sweethearts. Hi, Carol. Yeah. We're gonna head up. Hi, Karen, sweetheart. She's put a load of fruit and veg emojis. She must have come on. And hi, Sherry. Right. Okay.
All right, everyone. So I'm going to go so you guys can carry
Yeah,
on if you
me
like.
too.
Great seeing you all, and I'll see you at 2:30 on Sunday then, okay?
Yeah, will you be doing another menu? Because
Would you like one?
there's only been 2 menus. You haven't missed one, Seeker.
There's been 3 menus. There are 3, and if you'd like another one, I can make one for Sunday.
Okay, yes, please.
Okay. See you later. Bye.
Okay, bye, y'all. Have fabulous